Hello, I hope you guys are having a good day or evening whenever you see this. I know I am. This is day 10. I'm gonna title this video Pump It because that was my theme song for today. So I woke up at like 7 to 15-ish. I was really tired. It was I didn't get much sleep and my 8 a.m. lectures were ready for me. So just whatever. Got breakfast with friends and attended lectures. My applied science course, we had a quiz based on like a reading we did over the weekend that we worked on as a team. And like, man, some of the questions are just so like tricky on for whatever reason. And just like my group got like one of the questions wrong. So we got like an 88 on the quiz, which is like okay, but it's just like, you don't have to make it that tricky, you know? You can just like, you're making it difficult over like the stupidest stuff. Whatever, just unfortunately we got that wrong because I know some other groups got like perfect scores. So yeah. But yeah, the rest of the lecture itself was fine. It was some interesting stuff, just about like stakeholders whenever you're constructing stuff and how engineering affects the people around you. So I'll say pretty interesting. There's definitely a lot of engineering that's like talked about in all the courses. So I like that. Like I very much so feel like an engineer right now, which makes sense. Then I attended physics lecture. Everybody is hating the physics lecture. Like maybe people hoped the first couple of days that it wasn't that bad. It wasn't gonna be that bad. But now I think everyone's realizing that like, wow, this lecture does suck, because like at one point there was like a question. It's like there's like two objects that are in thermal equilibrium, and it says like energy moves from object A to object B. What does that mean about what about the objects, right? And it's like A had like greater energy to start with, like A had higher temperature. It's like both those options, and then it's like neither of those options, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, well, if they're in thermal equilibrium, they gotta be the same temperature and like have the same amount of energy. Well, have to be the same temperature. That doesn't mean they have the same amount of energy because they could be different sizes. But I'm like, oh yeah, thermal equilibrium, obviously, like none of the above, right? And like I talked about it with the people around me, they're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? And then turns out, no, the answer choice was like, object A had a higher temperature, which explains the flow of energy from like A to B, which is like, okay, makes sense. But also like last lecture, we talked about how even when an object is at equilibrium, energy can flow around within it and do whatever it wants as long as the total amount of energy doesn't change, right? So then I asked the professor, I'm like, hey, so why was it said that the two objects are in thermal equilibrium? And her response, like almost word for word, is like, oh, that information doesn't matter, you can discard it. What? Like I was like, like I just found a hump, but the guy next to me just like fairly loudly said, what the fuck? Like thankfully the professor didn't hear him, but the guy next to me, like, who I don't know, like looks over at me, he's like, bro, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, sounds about right. So yeah, hopefully the physics lecture tomorrow is a bit more straightforward than whatever today was. But yeah, then physics ended and came back. I had a second breakfast with like a couple of guys. Second breakfast was good, very yummy. Then yeah, went to my dorm and I took a fat ass nap, like 40 minutes. I woke up, my left arm was completely asleep. I turned over and my left arm just like basically flops out of bed, and like I can't lift it. Like I think all the way up to my shoulder was asleep. So like I grab it with my right arm, like carry it back over. I'm like, damn, but like it's working. I think I can still do this. So I think everything's fine. Just kidding. I love you guys. Yeah. Then made myself some tea, called my parents, said like, hey, I'm alive, all is good. Lectures today were fun. And so I did some work. Some assignments were posted this morning from like my applied science course. So I had stuff to do, which made me happy. It felt productive. Then at one point friends were like, yo, let's go grab lunch. So we decided to do that. Then like there was a bit of like a miscommunication. There was like a big poster sale going on campus. And like half the group went there, and then the group decided to have lunch in that area. But like one person wasn't like told about this, and like I'm like, yo guys, this is like fucked up. Plus, I don't want to make that person spend money, nor did I want to spend money on a lunch when I have a meal plan. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave you guys be. I'm gonna join that person. Um, I had a really good lunch with her. We'll call her Sharon. It's not her real name, nor is it similar to her real name, but yeah, for anonymity's sake, right? Great lunch. She's very fun to talk to. Great person overall. There are some very good people here on campus. Then yeah, I came back. I chilled for like 40 minutes, and I went to my Muay Thai class. And let me tell you, I fucking loved it. Like it was nice. It was a high intensity workout. I went to like the intermediate and slash advanced class, but since they still had some beginner Muay Thai people like me, they like talked about some strikes and whatnot. So like we started the class, we had like they're like, okay, let's warm up guys, and they're like jumping jacks. I'm like, okay, like standard stuff. Like I'm not expecting too much, but then like they ramped up the warm up quite a bit, and like I was fairly winded after that warm up. I'm like, damn, like it's a good warm up. I was warm and whatnot. They're like, okay, a bit of stretching, everyone. Like, so we stretched. Definitely could have gone more in depth with the stretching. They focused on hips and hamstrings, but nothing for like quads or like not arms, like elbows and whatnot. So whatever. It was beginner class, first class, right? So maybe they'll do more stretching later on. And then yeah, they're like, all right, grab pads, put on gloves, and we're gonna hit some pads, guys. And it was a lot of fun. Like, we did like a jab, cross, hook, kick combos. It was fun stuff. Haven't done karate for 8 years. Like my roundhouse kick snaps from the side, and like it rises first, twists and snaps. But here it's like all one motion, and you keep your leg basically straight, so all the power's coming from your hips rather than your knee. So it's more powerful, but it's harder to control, and also like it felt very awkward for me because it's like a kick I know how to do, but I have to do it differently. So interesting like stuff. On my way to the lecture, I was thinking of like this like phrase from Avatar, Blue People Avatar, where it's like it's hard to fill a cup that's already full. And I was thinking like, how much will my previous knowledge from karate help me or hinder me like in the learning process, like of a new martial arts? And like habits are definitely hard to break, especially ones I've built over 8 fucking years. But I still really, really enjoyed the workout. I worked out with like 2 other big buff guys. One of them had done kickboxing for like many years, and the other had done Muay Thai for 5 years. So high power kicks going around. Like we rotated who was the paddle holder, and like after a while my shoulders got quite sore from like taking all their hits. So it was a nice, really nice experience. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm definitely gonna try to sign up for the club, and yeah, I'm looking forward to more workouts like that. I walked out sweaty and happy. So what else could you want? So yeah, I came back, took a nice shower, like dressed up all nice and pretty, and I went to a jazz like jam session that Sharon told me about. Again, her name is not Sharon. I met her there. She's like, yeah, I play drums, so I'm like, I'm gonna go try to play. And some other people I knew from like the movie nights were also there. Like, yeah, we're all gonna play. I'm like, damn, nice. So I just like enjoyed jazz music. It was like 3 hours, right? So like after like 2 hours, after an hour and a half, I'm like, all right, I need a break. I like grabbed myself like bubble tea from below. I wanted coffee, but everything was closed except for bubble tea. It was okay. And then I came back up in like 30 minutes. I'm like, damn, I still need a brain break. So my like bright idea is to go sit down and play chess. But it was a brain break. I stopped paying attention to the music, and I used like a different part of my brain. So I was able to, my music was like, brain was able to recharge. So like after like I played like 2-3 games, I won all of them. So big dubs over here. I came back up, listened to like some more jazz for an hour, and I had a really, really good time. One of the like last pieces songs I listened to was Careless Whisper, and damn, they played that really, really well. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Sharon's really, really good at the drums, actually. Like, I don't know what defines a good drummer, but like she was keeping tempo very well, and like when it was like time for like her solo slash like handing off solos, she did a great job of like filling in the blanks, and like from one person to the other, she like boom, boom, and then like the next person picks up the solo. So it was really like quality playing. I had a good time. Oh wait, forgot to say, but like here's a small clip of like some people playing. And me and Sharon were gonna like also grab dinner after that because like most of our friend group had already eaten at that point. But one of the guys she's like interested in was like also there, so I'm like, I got you guys. I'm not gonna third wheel this, so I left a bit earlier than they did. Came back. One of my other friends was grabbing like eating dinner, so like joined him, talked a bit. Dinner was also quite good. Chicken was fire. It was like Greek chicken, so nice, good stuff. And yeah, then like I'm back here recording in my dorm. I've had a really good day. I loved the Muay Thai class, and the jazz jam session was also a solid 10 out of 10. Jazz is definitely growing on me a lot compared to like my first experience, like actually listening to jazz 2 years ago, which I absolutely hated. I'm loving this like growth in me as I'm like accepting more genres of music, and to like get not only like am I listening to jazz, but like I'm also like understanding it and whatnot. Like I was talking with Sharon, and I'm like, so like the drums and the bass work together a lot, while the guitar and piano are together a lot. She's like, yeah, exactly. And she's like, it takes some jazz musicians years to understand that, but here you picked it up first try, like basically immediately, which is she just said to like make me feel good, but you know it did make me feel good. So yeah, I don't know, I've had a really good day. I'm happy I've got schoolwork to do, so I feel productive. So yeah, looking forward to working tomorrow. I have chem lecture, and then I'm gonna attend like a physics lecture, so yeah, excited to learn, excited to work. I had a good day. Muay Thai was amazing, fucking amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, it was something I forgot to mention. So the Muay Thai like roundhouse kick, like it's very interesting actually. Because like I thought my karate kick was like powerful, and it is. Like I'm sure anybody who be hit by like my roundhouse kick would like be like, damn, that shit hurt. But those guys were actually so fast and so powerful with their kick, it was crazy. Like they're kicking the pads, which is like 85% power, right? And like the sounds they were making and like the speed and like the power you can see behind the kick was crazy. Like a lot more than I expected from a kick like that. So definitely interesting. I'm not saying the Muay Thai roundhouse kick is better than the karate roundhouse kick, because if somebody were to check the Muay Thai roundhouse, it'd be like knee against shin, and the person doing the kick would be just straight up fucked. Meanwhile, in karate, you have a higher probability of not getting checked, because your kick comes from the side and it can either go down like straight or up rather than coming up. So advantages to both like styles, and it's like interesting to like explore different options. But damn, the karate instructor, like the Muay Thai instructors were very fit and very strong and very agile and fast. So I'm looking forward to learning from them. Yeah, that'll be it. Thank you. I hope you guys have had a good day, good night, wherever you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.